I know it's been muggy and a little rainy. We've needed the rain. I keep saying this. I sound like an old person about how much we need rain and it's good for us. But Majestic has been saying this all along.
We need it. We've gotten a lot. And
yes.
I think it's interesting. I was told Carlene this the other day, that August is the month that we receive the most amount of rain here in the Carolinas. So we're kind of on track as to where we should be.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, we do. I like every time it rains, I'm like I said, I feel like an old person. I'm like, we need the rain.
I know, but I also love the sunshine.
Yeah.
On the weekends. Because it feels like it rains on the weekend. I'm like, I want
True.
But it's been sunshiny on the weekends, I feel like.
This past weekend, it was sunny on Saturday, and then it was rainy on Sunday. So, like, you got 50-50, which isn't bad.
I don't mind a rain.
The rain is just nice to, like, wash everything away, and then it refreshes everything, and all of a sudden your flowers and grass look 10 times better.
I know.
Right. So we need a balance. It sounds like you girls need a balance.
Yes.
You're appreciating the rain. You're saying, you need some sunshine.
Yeah.
It's not sunny this morning.
No, it certainly is not.
No, it's not. It's muggy, too.
No. Today is just kind of a kind of day. So let's get into it because I want to start with the visibility. This morning, that's kind of been a pretty big deal in our forecast and also out on the area roadways for traffic impacting our visibility. Now, most of that fog is already starting to mix out. We would typically see that around 9-10 o'clock, but you can see kind of pocket shaded in that orange and that red there. That's indicating where fog is going to still be quite visible. As we're looking at our low temperatures, I mean, it really didn't cool down a whole lot overnight. We saw our low this morning only hit 71 degrees, so we didn't even slip down into the upper 60s. We started out warm, and these are our current temperatures now. So going from 71 for our morning low here in Charlotte to now 75 degrees. So if you want to get out and do something this morning, maybe you just want to go to the park, you want to go for a walk or take the kids out. It's going to be muggy, very sticky outside this morning, but comfortable temperatures with mid 70s. It is going to stay muggy throughout the day. Cloudy skies, we have plenty of that. Even some storms will be possible again. We're really in a typical weather pattern where we have the heat, the humidity, and then those afternoon thunderstorms. By tomorrow, temperatures still holding into the 80s, and then 90-degree temperatures. They're finally making a comeback because, believe it or not, we're actually below our average. We've seen 80-degree temperatures over the last few days, and we should be at 90. That's typical for this time of the year here in Charlotte. Our high temperature today around 84, 85 degrees, but the catch here is we still have that humidity. So the humidity still makes it feel like we're around 90 this afternoon. A lot of cloud coverage out there. Could even see a pop-up shower or storm, not out of the question. It will not be widespread. Always keep that in mind because that makes a big difference. And then maybe some sun breaks late in the day. Let's take you up into the mountains. 75 degrees there in Blowing Rock. Lots of cloud coverage there in the high country. 77 there in Boone. As we're looking across the foothills from Morganton to Taylorsville, mainly low to mid 80s. From Charlotte to Gastonia, high around 87 out towards Albemarle. I think this will really be dependent upon how much sunshine we can get later in the afternoon, because right now there is a lot of cloud coverage and they are thick. Then as we head just to the south, upper 80s there in Chesterfield and 87 in Rockingham. So I'm not seeing 90-degree temperatures today. Overnight lows tonight, they stay warm again, only dropping down into the low 70s. So heading out the door for your Thursday morning commute, kind of just rinse and repeat with more rain showers on the way tomorrow. I think the overall chances will be a little higher tomorrow compared to what we're working with today. This is our big picture perspective. You can see along the coasts of both North and South Carolina, that's where we do have quite a bit of rain coming down, some more intense storms bringing those brief heavy downpours, similar as to what we saw yesterday. Yesterday we kind of had that mixed bag of weather where some people, you hardly saw a raindrop. Others in and around the Charlotte metro area too definitely had some heavy rain coming down. Now 87 degrees will be our high. You can see throughout the rest of the afternoon, maybe as you're picking up kids after school, still tons of clouds, still feeling around 90 degrees because of that additional humidity. There's a ton of moisture in the air. That's why it's so muggy outside, but that will also produce those tropical downpours just like what we had yesterday. It's basically just waiting for the right elements to all come together, and then once they do, it'll be the heavy downpours that we'll have to watch. Again, localized flooding, it is going to be a concern really for multiple days. I use that kind of sparingly, though, because not everyone receives a rain, which is kind of weird, where you don't have a raindrop for some places, and then other places where you have the storms, we're saying, well, you actually need to be on the lookout for localized flooding because of how heavy the rain is coming down because of all the available moisture in the atmosphere. You can see our hourly rain chance forecast. So if you have plans around 1 o'clock this afternoon, still a lot of cloud coverage, small chances for showers, and overall rain chances aren't that high today, but they're not zero. I would suspect a couple raindrops here in Charlotte, but they are going to be really in and out type of deal. Excessive rain impacts. Remember, this graphic just indicates we do have a low end risk for some flooding, and we only mention that because if you get really one of those storms that kind of just sits in the same place, say it's right over your house, that's what we're talking about, where the rain just comes on down and we see a fast rise in those small creeks, rivers, streams, that sort of thing, or if you live in a flood prone area. This is nothing new for us. So here's what Futurecast could look like around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, temperatures mainly into the 80s. Notice we have a few isolated showers and storms right around. Here's about 6 o'clock. I'm also noticing not only storms, but I'm telling you, another weird forecast where you have sun, clouds, and storms all happening at the same time. Probably by the time Brad is in doing the 5-6 o'clock newscast tonight, you will see a mix of everything, as similar as to what we saw yesterday. 9 o'clock tonight, notice clearing off to the east of I-77, but back west, especially Ashwaubenon, Avery counties, we'll still be watching for some unsettled weather, could even see some storms. I will say we have no severe weather threat today, so I would be surprised if one of those storms did turn severe, but it doesn't mean we won't have a general thunderstorm. Still dangerous if that happens, so just make sure you get off the water if you're out on the lake or floating the river today, or maybe mowing your lawn. If you see lightning strikes or hear thunder, make sure you go inside. Thursday now, this is 7 a.m. starting out the day fine, hopefully a little more sunshine, that'd be nice. And then Thursday afternoon, anytime after 2 o'clock, another round of those scattered showers and storms. The overall coverage tomorrow seems to be a little bit higher compared to what we have today, and that's what we're looking at over the next 2 days. I know many of you're looking at the weekend forecast. I know I am. I know certainly we'll have more sunshine, so I'm hopeful about that and happy about it too. Low 90-degree temperatures. We've had a bit of a break with 80s through most of our work week, but 90s will return, so that 90-degree temperature on Saturday will likely feel a little closer to 95. Pop-up shower or storm possible, like it typically would be for a summer day here in the Carolinas. 30% on Saturday. So if you want to have a pool day, a lake day, if you want to go golfing, Saturday is probably the best day to do it. Sunday's not a washout by any means, so if you have a kid's birthday party, I would just keep a close eye on your radar. Remember, you can always have the WCNC Charlotte app. Our weather section actually gives you that live radar, so you can see what's going on. And remember, our meteorologist here, we can send out those push notifications to your phone. So if you have something planned, you don't exactly know if the weather is going to change. If it does change and if it becomes dangerous, we'll be the first to let you know. Over the next 3 days, you can see those temperatures again into the 80s through Friday, and then this upcoming weekend, our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast is indicating those 90-degree temperatures are back. It's been so muggy over the last couple of days. I mean, yesterday was the second most muggy day out of the year. So even though our temperatures have been in the 80s, I don't know about you, it has still felt very warm to me, just very sticky. 90s though by Saturday, Sunday, and into next week. By Tuesday of next week, we're at 94, and it seems like we'll start to really start cranking those temperatures up again. So that's what I have for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, Majestic, I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, wait.
Our Pacific Northwestern girl, how friends, family with the wildfires, how's everybody holding up?
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Not great.
Yeah.
It's like one of those big, huge fires that just, for one, it's so upsetting because somebody started the fire
Right.
intentionally. For two, I think this is different because it's a fire that's affecting like a city.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
used to fires every single summer. in the Pacific Northwest, because it's incredibly dry, we don't have humidity. So it's just like anything that sparks. I mean, somebody will throw a cigarette butt out their window and it could cause a fire. And that fire will burn like a field, you know, and usually firefighters can get it under control, or if not, usually it's like a forest, you know. But this is like a neighborhood, huge neighborhoods. So that's the craziest part. And so it's just sad. A lot of people just lost everything. So hard to see.
Has any of your immediate family been affected?
No,
Good.
thankfully no. Not my family doesn't live on that side of the town, but I mean, we all grew up like in those neighborhoods, like hanging out with
the
our
air
friends.
is thick, like they're smelling it or living in it.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, it's just spreading all across the state and surrounding states. But even people like who weren't impacted by the fires themselves, then having to breathe all of that, and it's like the second biggest city in Washington, so it's a sizable city, but you still feel like you know everyone. Like everyone kind of like grew up there, you know. So it's sad to
They're
see.
Lifers.
And it's such a pretty part of the country too.
Beautiful.
It's really sad.
Well, keep us updated.
Thanks for asking.
Of course.